Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
What's happening, beautiful people? How are you guys doing? Today, I want to talk to you about 5 facts about trading stocks as CFDs. For the ones of you that don't know me yet, my name is Adrian. For the last 10 years, guys, I've worked in many retail and institutional forex brokerages in Europe. Join me in this fantastic journey and find out the secret corners of forex trading from top industry specialists. Learn what most forex brokers don't want you to know by watching our daily broadcast, guys. And if you like what you see, like, share, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and support us in delivering more great content. I'll give you exactly 30 seconds to smash that subscribe button, and then we can get started. Come on, don't be haters. Smash that subscribe button. Okay, 5 facts on trading stocks at CFDs in 2021. Coming up. Right, and here we are, everyone. 5 facts about trading stocks as CFDs, guys. I decided to record this short video for 2 reasons. 1, the Reddit scandal. Okay, by now, every single one of you must have seen the news on your TV channels. Okay, there's something going on with stocks. And the second reason is we're in the middle of the earnings season, guys. A lot of traders might be pushed or might want to trade the stocks as CFDs. But before you do that, let's have a quick look at the 5 things you should know about trading stocks as CFDs before you get started. So I'm going to start with number 1, guys, which is stocks are designed to go up by nature. Okay, think about it. Once a company went public, once that stock got listed on the stock exchange, then the main interest of the company is to keep pushing the share price as high as possible. Now, occasionally, you're going to have pullbacks. Yeah, you're going to have meltdowns in the market. You're going to have a bad news that comes out about the company that will typically drive the share price down. However, that might be a great buying opportunity, guys. Remember, stocks are designed to go up on the long run. You can look at any stock, like any chart, guys. Look at it on a daily chart, a weekly or a monthly chart, and zoom out a lot and see what happened in the last 10 years with the stocks, what happened in the last 8 years with the stocks. Okay, and that will be the answer to your question. You will understand that stocks are designed to go up on the long run. Now, let's move on to number 2, guys, which is as important as number 1. Stocks are only traded for 8 hours a day, guys. They are listed on a specific stock exchange, which typically only operates 8 hours a day. So if you're planning to trade stocks, guys, you're either going to have to scalp the markets, which means trade the price movement within the operating hours of that exchange, or trade long term. Okay, trading stocks over 12 hours, over 24 hours might not be the best thing to do. Okay, so stock traders, if you want to start trading stocks, please remember, stocks are typically traded 8 hours a day, only during the working hours of that specific exchange that listed those specific stocks. Okay, so they're going to move slower. Let's move on to number 3, guys, and see what else is happening with stocks. Number 3, guys, stocks have lower leverage than currency pairs and commodities, guys. Okay, they do have a higher leverage than cryptocurrencies, but they do have a lower leverage than the typical asset classes, the most traded asset classes, which are Forex and commodities. You might want to take this into consideration if you're looking to start trading stocks, guys. So what does the leverage mean? Once again, right? The higher the leverage, the less money you will have to put in as collateral from your side. But be careful. That's a double-edged sword, guys. Yeah, very easy. You could go into profits with only a trade of $200 to $300, but you might go into losses faster if you don't get the direction right. So very, very careful in using the leverage when you're trading stocks, when you're trading all asset classes. Okay, all asset classes have a different leverage, and all asset classes have different margin requirements. Yeah, margin is that collateral amount which you put in as collateral as traders. Okay, so lower leverage usually means higher investment from your side. All right. Let's move on to number 4, guys, and see what else is a fact about trading stocks. Stocks are less volatile than currency pairs. That's correct. Currency pairs are very, very volatile, guys, because many, many factors affect the exchange rate between two currencies. Yeah, imports, exports, tourism, private businesses, a lot of factors. When it comes to stocks, though, only a few factors affect the share price. Yeah, and these factors, this important factor basically is investor sentiment. Whenever you have a bad news coming out from the company, okay, investors tend to lose hope in that company, at least for a limited amount of time. So they're going to start selling their stocks, yes, selling their shares in the company, which usually translates to a lot of selling power, which usually translates to the price going down. Okay, so being less volatile than currency pairs, guys, you're going to see less swings happening over a long period of time. So how to trade stocks? Keep an eye on the lower point, and you might want to look careful and consider that as a potential good entry for a long position. Okay, I know it sounds complicated, but it's not. Whatever goes up must come down. Whatever goes down must come back up. Now, knowing that the general trend of stocks is usually upwards, okay, any meltdown in the market will translate into a perfect buying opportunity if the fundamentals remain sound. Okay, so what moves stock prices is fundamentals, the news, the unexpected, which takes me to number 5, guys, which is stocks can be predictable. Stocks can indeed be predictable over a long period of time. How is that? It's very easy to keep track of the books of the company because they're public. Every quarter, every 4 months, every 3 months, the company will come forward and tell you what are the plans for the next quarter. How did they do in terms of earnings per share and revenue in the last 3 months? Knowing what companies will look to do in the near future, okay, can be translated into companies being quite predictable. Okay, obviously, I'm talking about the big companies. Yeah, I'm not talking about the very small companies, the ones that just got listed on the stock exchange. However, they could be the best investment ever if you know how to read the fundamentals. Now, also very important, guys, when you're trading stocks, you should consider a portfolio of stocks because not all companies tend to do well every single day. So in order for you to balance any potential losses with potential profits, you should consider creating a portfolio of stocks. Now, if you want more details about stock trading, about cryptocurrencies, about Forex or commodities, guys, feel free to contact us on instructfx.com. We also have an ebook which you can download for free. Absolutely free. All you have to do is go on instructfx.com, download the ebook, and this is it. If you want to get in touch with us, guys, drop us an email at info@instructfx.com, or if you want my direct line, guys, thechartwhisper@gmail.com.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, beautiful people? Good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. Let me know how you're doing in the comments box below, guys. And if you like what you see, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. Now, if it's Wednesday, guys, it's crude oil inventories day. But before that, we have a ton of economic data coming out from around the world, keeping traders on the edge. The second day of testimony in front of the committee for Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen will end today. And the message sent by the Federal Reserve Chairman yesterday is that the Fed has all the tools it needs to ensure inflation is kept under control to its 2% target. In other news, the US Indices are set for gains today, with the tech sector leading the way before the final testimony of the Fed Chairman and Treasury Secretary, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 0.3%, the S&P 500 up 0.4%, and the Heavy Tech Nasdaq up almost 1% pre-market open. European markets are again under pressure after the German Chancellor Angela Merkel announced that the extra 2 days off for the Easter holiday will be revoked. The effort of offering 2 extra days off for the Easter holiday was meant to help breaking the third COVID wave infections in Germany. The AstraZeneca vaccine keeps the first page of the news today as well, after approximately 29 million doses of this vaccine were found at a plant in Italy over the weekend. And the French officials said this morning that checks are in progress to see if the vaccines were meant for export. Crude oil futures rallied today after the news that a large container ship ran aground in the Suez Canal, blocking one of the most important trade routes in the world. Crude oil inventories are also due today at 2:30 GMT, and consensus expects a draw of 272 million barrels. And Bitcoin, guys, everyone's favorite, gets another pump from Elon Musk after his tweet that Tesla is now taking Bitcoin payments for its cars as an extra payment option, pushing the cryptocurrency up over $3,000 in the last few hours. Ethereum benefits from Bitcoin's rally as well, trading as high as $1,730. US markets open, coming up. Right, welcome back, everyone. Type your comments, type your questions if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer every single one of them towards the end of the broadcast. Now, let's have a quick look at the breaking news, guys. AstraZeneca vaccine doses found in Italy. Export ban on table, French official says. This came from Reuters, guys, and it was announced over an hour ago. Now, very, very short article saying that about 29 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine were found at a plant in Italy over the weekend. A French official said this morning, and checks are still needed to assess whether they were export bound or not. Should it be confirmed that these doses were to be exported, the question of blocking the shipment should be on the table, the official at the French presidency said. Now, guys, I have a question. I mean, this article is great, and it provides not a lot of information, guys. Who found the vaccine doses? Guys, we're talking about 29 million doses. Yeah, more than the population of Romania, for example, more than the population of Bulgaria, for example. Yeah, who found these doses? Where were the doses exactly? Which kind of plant? Are we talking about an electric plant? Are we talking about some car manufacturing plant? Okay, very important to know, where were these doses found, by whom, and what is the process? Where do we take it from here? As Europe is miserably failing to vaccine its population, we're looking at roughly 13 vaccine doses per 100 people, versus UK, who is vaccinating 44 doses per 100 people. Right, let's move on. Let's have a quick look at the economic calendar for today, guys. We have a big economic calendar. A lot of announcements came out already, and a lot of announcements will come out shortly, keeping the traders on the edge, looking for a direction of the markets. We started nice and early, 9 o'clock GMT plus 2 today with the consumer price index, the producer price index on the British pound. All three announcements coming out in the red, below what consensus was expecting. We continued with the core consumer price index and the consumer price index on the South African rand, which came out again below what consensus was expecting. And then we had a series of announcements from the Eurozone, such as the French manufacturing PMI, the German manufacturing PMI, the manufacturing producer index, and the services PMI in the Eurozone. And again, we had the composite PMI, manufacturing PMI, and the services PMI announced on the British pound as well. All of them came out in green, guys. Every single one of them came out in green. Okay, announcing that the European economy is not doing as bad as some people were predicting. A few seconds ago, guys, we had the core durable good orders and the durable good orders from the US, which both of them came out in red. Negative 1.1% versus an expectation of 0.8% on the positive for durable good orders. And the core durable good order is also disappointed, coming out a negative 0.9% versus an expectation of 0.6% on the positive. Now, in 27 minutes from now, we're going to have the manufacturing PMI, services PMI, and the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell starts the second day of testimony in front of the committee, as well as Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, followed by the crude oil inventories, guys, in an hour and a half from now, an hour and 15 minutes from now, in the Cushing crude oil inventories. Later on this evening, we're going to have the FOMC member Williams holding a press conference, followed by the FOMC member Daly, again holding a press conference. Big movements expected today on the US dollar against its other peers, with a ton of announcements coming out from all over the world. Now, let's move on to another important news that came in today, guys, after backlash. Angela Merkel to drop Easter closure plans. Sources, this again came from Reuters a bit over an hour ago. Let's have a look at what the article is saying. So, German Chancellor Angela Merkel and leaders of Germany's federal states are set to ditch a plan agreed upon on Tuesday, which was yesterday, for 2 extra rest days around the Easter holiday to try to break a third wave of the COVID pandemic. Government sources said this morning. At talks that run into the early hours of Tuesday, Angela Merkel and the leaders of Germany's 16 states had agreed to call on citizens to stay at home for 5 days over the Easter holidays, declaring 1st of April and 3rd of April as extra rest days. Merkel, who had wanted an even tougher stance to fight the pandemic, called an unexpected meeting with leaders of the federal states today to discuss the situation. The crisis meeting took place against a backdrop of growing public frustration with the conservative-led government over the slow rollout of COVID-19 vaccines and extended lockdown measures. No plan, no clue, no courage ran a headline in the online edition of the mass-selling Bild Daily above, a picture of Angela Merkel and the 2 state leaders. So Angela Merkel is trying, guys. Apparently the population is against it. Apparently many members of the parliament are against it. Let's see what's going to happen. So far, one thing is certain. Europe is struggling heavily in confining the third COVID pandemic. If in the first wave, guys, everyone sat indoors, scared of what might happen, we see a third wave, we saw a second wave, and people don't seem to care much. It's up to the governments to step up and take measures. Now, let's move on to top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys, and then we're going to move on to the charts of the day and the signals of the day. We are 10 minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open today. The U.S. markets, the US indices, are expected to open higher today, with the heavy Nasdaq up almost 1%. Is it time to buy the dip? Stay tuned and find out. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with top 5 things to know in the markets today.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're back, beautiful people, with the number one on the board being GameStop. Bullish miss. GameStop, the company at the center of the most volatile trading of 2021, disappointed with its quarterly results. Overall sales fell 3.3%, while earnings per share were some 8% shy of expectations. However, GameStop said its comparable store sales rose 6.5% in the 3 months through January, while e-commerce sales were up 175%, a development that will support hopes of a successful reinvention as a principally online retailer. The question is the data coming before or after an external intervention? But anyway, I don't want to be a hater today, so let's move on to number two on the board, guys, which is as important as number one, or more important. Intel CEO lays out his new strategy. Intel mapped out his plans to reestablish itself as the world-leading chip maker with a new $20 billion strategic plan to revive the construction of two new fabrication plants in Arizona. The plan signals of reaffirmation of Intel's commitment to making its own chips, even as it signaled its openness to more outsourcing and to contract manufacturing on behalf of others. The plan comes at an opportune time when the shortcomings of extended supply chains spanning continents are painfully apparent. Keep an eye on Intel, guys. We saw Intel stock rising 5.6% in pre-market trading today. It might be the stock of the day, guys. Number three on the board, US stock set to open higher. Disney-eyed and Musk's latest Bitcoin pump. I'm so happy more people see it and not just me. US stock markets are set to open higher after falling yesterday in response to fears that the latest wave of COVID-19 sweeping Europe, India, and South America could set back the global economic recovery. At 6:20 a.m. Eastern Time, Dow Jones futures were up 75 points, or 0.2%. The S&P was up 0.3%, and the heavy Nasdaq 100 futures were up almost 1%, guys, 0.9%. Stocks likely to be in focus today include Tesla, whose CEO Elon Musk announced via Twitter once again that the car maker is now accepting Bitcoin as payments. He didn't say anything about pricing policy, though. That news sent Bitcoin up 5% today. Also in focus could be Disney and AMC Entertainment after the movie giant said it will launch two big movie releases on its streaming channel, the theaters, at the same time, hedging its bets on consumers' willingness to venture back into cinemas. Number four on the board, strong PMI in Europe, Japan, US durable good, and the Fed speakers due. Okay, we already spoke about it, so I'm going to skip two. Number five on the board, guys, and see what is happening with oil price, which rallied today after tumbling yesterday heavily. Crude oil prices rose sharply after a large container ship ran aground in the Suez Canal, blocking one of the world's most important trade routes. Reports suggest that the unblocking the canal may take as much as 3 days. By 10:20 a.m. Eastern Time, U.S. crude futures were up 2.9%, trading at around $59.43 a barrel, while Brent crude futures were up 2.8%, trading at around $62.50 a barrel. Also, the U.S. government will release its weekly inventories data exactly 1 hour from now, guys. As usual, analysts expect a draw of 270,000 barrels from the previous week, although the risk of a build seems considerable, given that the American Petroleum Institute reported a build of 2.9 million barrels yesterday on the API crude oil data. Right. Very important what's happening in the markets today, guys. Let's have a quick look at the charts of the day, and then we're going to move on to the signals of the day, guys. And we're starting with crude oil WTI on a 60-minute chart, currently trading at $59.64 and getting a bit of a boost ahead of the U.S. markets open. We're looking at the RSI pointing upwards. We see the stochastic quite steady, very close to the overbought levels. Let's see what's going to happen. There is great potential to for a spike, yeah, all the way up to the 61.73 mark where the 200 moving average is. Right. Now, let's see what happened with the European currency, guys, which is nosediving for the last 2-3 trading sessions, at least, yeah, in a straight line. And if we have to zoom out, we're going to see it tumbling since the 25th of February this year. Now we see the RSI pointing downwards. We see stochastic pointing downwards. After these candlesticks, there did not manage to push higher. Yeah, we're looking at the bottom of the chart, guys. We see how the candlesticks consolidated there for some time, but they did not have the power to push higher. 118.20 for the euro this afternoon. Great potential to see it touching the 118 flat or even lower shortly after the US markets open. We're moving on to the pound, guys, which has more or less the same trajectory with the euro, 137.02 with the RSI stochastic pointing downwards, and very similar to euro, guys. We see a few candlesticks consolidating there in the last 3-4 hours pre-US markets open, and the closer we get to the US markets open, we see the pound getting ready to nosedive, and who knows? We might see trading as low as 135.70 as that's where the previous low lays. The USD JPY, on the other hand, which is was getting ready for a big correction after 2 weeks of rallying, is currently trading at 108.89 pre-US markets open with the RSI stochastic pointing upwards, and we see a green engulfing candlestick. I think closing above the 200 moving average. Very, very interesting what's going to follow after this, guys. Is it a reversal of the trend? Is it a continuation of the trend? Or just a tiny shake off in the markets? Now, the Aussie dollar, guys, is closely mirroring the European currencies. We're looking at the euro and the pound. Yeah, 0.7604 for the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar this afternoon, again with the RSI stochastic set to boost a big drop on the Aussie dollar. We don't know exactly where it's gonna stop. It might stop at 0.7564 as that's where the previous low is, or who knows, it might go even lower than that. We're gonna have a look at the charts in a minute, but technical indicators are pointing to a sharp sell-off on the European currencies as well as the Aussie dollar. Meanwhile, we're looking at the USD CAD pair trading at 125.92 this afternoon with the RSI stochastic trading well above the center line. Okay, we're looking at the center line here, guys. Yeah, this is the center line I was telling you about, the 50% mark, and we see that for some time the USD did not have the power to go all the way down into the oversold levels. Yeah, indicating a strong uptrend. And there we go. If we look at the charts, we can see the uptrend happening as we speak. Now, moving on. I'm not gonna point out the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones just yet, guys, as we're 4 minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open. So I'm gonna have a look at them at the U.S. markets open and see what's happening. We see the dollar index rallying couple of minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open, 92.59 for the U.S. dollar this afternoon, with the RSI stochastic once again into the very close to the overbought territories, indicating again a potential uptrend. Looking at it from the technical point of view, we can see the markets creating a higher high, not retracting at the previous high or somewhere below that. Okay, and we see the candlesticks consolidating, which usually is a strong indication of an uptrend. We're looking at gold futures set to drop, guys. We see a cross between the 50 and the 200 moving average, $1,730.35, 45 cents for gold futures right now per ounce, which is funny enough the exact same price that Ethereum has. Yeah. There we go, 1730.72 for Ethereum, yeah, and 1730.35 for gold futures. Now the question is this, guys. How is it possible that a cryptocurrency that popped out a few years ago can have the same trading price with gold, guys, which has been around for 2,000 years or more and has been used for trading for over 2,000 years? Does it make any sense? I don't know. Let's see. Let's continue. It's not up to me to decide. So 1730.35 for gold. Great potential to the downside, guys, as the price got rejected several times from that 200 moving average. If we look closer at the charts on a 5-minute chart, there we go. We can see gold futures tumbling as we speak with the RSI stochastic pointing downwards on either one of the time frames. You choose the time frame. Most probably you're going to see RSI stochastic pointing in the same direction. Now we're looking at Brent oil futures, or the UK oil, or the European oil, currently trading at 62.65, gaining a bit, gaining a few dollars on the European trading session. We see a 200 moving average at 65 on the dot. We might see some resistance there, but let's not forget the crude oil inventories will happen in exactly 1 hour from now. So don't be surprised if you're going to get if you're going to see Brent oil futures pushing all the way up to that red line, which is a 200 moving average. Let's see what's going to happen. Meanwhile, silver futures, guys, again, gained a bit on the European trading session today, but the price is heavily subdued by that 50 moving average. You can see the resistance that the price encounters there, 25.33, 25.332 as we speak, with, again, RSI stochastic looking more or less set for a downward movement more than an upward movement. Right, Tesla, guys, $664.56 for Tesla, which closed the day in the red yesterday, below the 50 moving average. Let's see, why is that? Probably these announcements that Tesla is accepting Bitcoin as a payment right now is not doing a big favor to the stock price. The question is this, I mean, was this really needed, or is just a tantrum of rich people? Okay, is Tesla struggling to accept payments in fiat currency, and they had to adopt this other strategy, let's say? Or is just a marketing strategy or a tantrum? Let's see. The population will decide. Okay, looking at the stock price in the next few days, okay, probably we're going to get a clear indication. Let's have a quick look at Facebook, guys, because we didn't have a look at Facebook for quite some time. $290.30 for Facebook, which yesterday closed the day in red, heading towards that 50 moving average to the downside at 286.02. RSI stochastic, let's have a quick look. We see RSI pointing downwards as we speak, and stochastic is pointing downwards as well, indicating potential sell-off on Facebook, guys. Keep an eye on the 286, and also keep an eye on that 273.95 at the bottom, which is the 200 moving average. Okay, and we might see a retest of that if that's the case. Right, Bitcoin, the good almighty Bitcoin. There we go. There is the rally. Thank you, Elon Musk, for another pump in the markets. However, guys, very, very careful with Bitcoin, as we saw in the past few days. Very big swings can happen within a few hours. Okay, Bitcoin gained over $3,000 in only a few hours, but also lost over $5,000 in the last 48 hours or so. Okay, have a quick look at the price here, where the price was on the 20th. Okay, on the 20th, Bitcoin was trading at 59,318, and then we saw it on the 23, which was yesterday, trading at 53,269. A bit of a shake off there, yeah, coming back down to 53,788. And then we saw a push, which is currently trading at 57,093. Let's see what's going to happen. Ethereum, guys, on the other hand, is mirroring Bitcoin's movements more or less. 1732.50 for Ethereum this afternoon, with a bit of resistance there at that 200 moving average at 1759.36. Okay, just like Bitcoin, we see RSI stochastic somewhere close to the overbought territories. But again, this doesn't mean much, as cryptocurrencies could do whatever they please, as they are decentralized. Now, we are already into the US trading session for a couple of minutes now. Guys, let's have a quick look at the markets open. There we go. We see a positive opening on the S&P 500, opening at 3,927.70. 27.20 as we speak. We see a bit of a correction. Probably most traders now go for a sell, as this gap very likely will be filled, guys. So there's your opportunity on the S&P 500. Okay, 3,926, 25.85. Yeah, could go all the way down to 3,910.88 to close the gap. Dow Jones Industrial Average, again, wow, big, very nice opening for the Dow Jones. Big opening, big green engulfing candlestick pointing up towards that 200 moving average to the upside. 32,580.33 this afternoon, with the RSI stochastic pointing sharply higher for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Once again, we see a bit of a gap there, which might be filled at some point. Now, let's have a quick look at some signals, guys. Let's see how investing.com sees sees the currencies and commodities and stocks moving this afternoon. Also, please don't forget, if you want to get more trading signals straight on your trading platform, check out markets.com, guys. They have an amazing trading platform, web platform. It doesn't require any downloading on your device, and they post the trading signals and the source straight on the platform, saving you valuable time. Now, let's move on. Let's have a quick look at the currency pairs, guys. A bit of clarity on the markets today, with the euro and the pound set to drop versus the US dollar. 4 strong sell indications all over the board. On all 4 timeframes, we see USD JPY and USD CHF set with 4 strong buy indications all over the board. We're looking at the Aussie dollar mirroring the euro and the pound versus the US dollar with 4 strong sell indications. And as we go on to the bottom of the chart, we're looking at the Kiwi dollar following the Aussie dollar, again with 4 strong sell indications on all 4 timeframes. Euro CHF, GBP JPY, and GBP CHF all seem to be doing well this afternoon with strong buy indications on a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart shortly after the US markets open. Quick look at commodities, guys. Let's see if we got it right. 4 strong sell indications for gold from investing.com. And they got it right. Technical analysis does not lie, people. 4 strong sell for gold, strong sell for silver a few minutes into the US markets open as well. We see copper a bit shy today after the opening with just a sell indication on a 5-minute chart and a strong sell on a 15-minute. Crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil, guys, strong buy indications on 3 out of the 4 time frames with the daily remaining a sell. Okay, so the daily might mean that 200 moving average that I was telling you about. Where is it? Let me find it. There we go. Right. No, let me find it on a 1-hour chart. Sorry. Right. There we go. Yeah, so that 200 moving average might be the ceiling for crude oil WTI. Okay, crude oil inventories tend to shake off the markets for a short period of time, but let's not forget, guys, a big container blocked the Suez Canal, which is the biggest canal worldwide. Yeah, so if that's going to take 3 days to clear, then expect crude oil to continue the drop. Yes, so we might see a good result at the crude oil inventories today. The markets might react to that. We might see crude oil pushing higher to that 200 moving average, and then it might continue the downtrend. Yeah, keep an eye on that 200 moving average, guys. It is vital for the price action. If the candlesticks don't manage to penetrate and settle above that 200 MA and they get rejected, then the downtrend might continue. Right, now natural gas turned into a strong buy indication on 3 out of the 4 timeframes with the daily remaining a strong sell though, and US with neutral, guys, after the US markets open with strong sell indications on an hourly and a daily chart. Let's have a quick look at some stocks, guys, and then I'll let you set your positions because the markets seem a bit clearer today. Strong sell on all 4 timeframes for ExxonMobil and Apple, guys, this afternoon. Microsoft opened to the downside with 2 strong sell indications. We're looking at IBM with 2 strong sell indications as well. JP Morgan has all red on the charts, guys. 3 strong sell indications, and the daily remains a strong sell as well. Chevron, all in red, 4 strong sell. Intel, 4 strong buy. There we go, guys. Intel, this is exactly what I was telling you about. Let's have a quick look at Intel and see how Intel reacted at the markets open today. Let's go on a 5-minute chart. There we go. You can see the huge boost that the price got at the U.S. markets open. 67.38 is where the price was pushed. And yesterday it closed at 63.51. We saw a push of $3, guys. $3, which is huge. And now this is exactly what I was telling you about. Whenever the markets open with a huge gap like this, many traders will go in for sell positions in this case to try and cover the gap that was left in the markets. Right, this is what's happening from Wall Street, guys. 4 strong buy positions for Intel. So wait for the price to settle. Yeah, wait for this downwards movement to close somewhere close to the gap, and then you might want to have a better look at it. And why not? If you think it's right, guys, you might want to go in with buy positions. Right, a lot of red for Cisco, Citigroup, Bank of America, and Goldman Sachs, guys, all indicating strong sell positions. Walmart and Alphabet, which is Google basically, indicate 4 strong buy on all 4 timeframes. Right, this is it, guys. Let's remember in exactly 20 minutes from now, we're going to have Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, testifying for the last time in front of the committee today. Big activity is expected. Let's have a quick look at the economic calendar once again and see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Right, in 21 minutes from now, we're going to have the manufacturing PMI and the market composite and services PMI on the US dollar. And in 36 minutes from now, exactly, we're going to have the Federal Reserve President Jerome Powell testifying. This is it, guys. This is it from my side today. If you have any questions, type your questions. Let me know what you think. If you don't have any questions, feel free to like, share, subscribe, and support us in delivering more great content. Once again, big thanks to our partners, our sponsors at markets.com for making these daily broadcasts possible. And join me again tomorrow for a great round of market talks. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in